Hey. All right, guys. So we were supposed to have Rich today, but apparently Rich had an emergency. I just got an email that he's having an emergency with his cat or something, so he had to bail on today's Chops and Coffee. So you're stuck with me again for the day. I'm really sad to hear that, though. Like, I was looking forward to it, but I'm sure we'll be able to reschedule him. So if you guys are here for Rich, sorry to burst your bubble. You just see guys like one by one, like, gotta go later, bye, click. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, we're not going to be drum mantra-ing today, because I do not do that. But I do have some warm-ups that we can work through and do our normal Chops and Coffee. We can hang, we can chat. So welcome everyone that's streaming with us. Sorry that Rich isn't here today again, but we will reschedule, and hopefully he'll also be coming on the podcast on Monday. For you guys that are new here, welcome. Thank you for showing up, coming through today. Yes. Welcome all you guys. So, yeah, this is, first of all, my name is Corey, and this group of guys, we get together. The group varies too. There's other people that show up, and we get together 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And we do this thing called Chops and Coffee. It's just a group warm up. It's nothing. It's not meant to be this thing that stretches us or, makes us, I don't know, something too hard. We keep in mind that it is at 7 a.m, and well, at least in California it is. So we just do some basic warm ups and work together and just do. This is more about, it's less about the warm-ups, I guess, what I'm trying to say, and more about the hang, more about starting your day doing something you love. And all of that is built on the foundation of acceptance and belonging, not feeling inferior. It's our motto is camaraderie over competition. So I really love that. I feel like you should never feel inferior doing something that you love doing. And for me, that's drums. And I think for these guys too, the rest of the guys, it's drums. So it's become this really cool thing where we share ideas and we, no question is unaccepted, or anything like that. We just kind of chat about ideas. Hey, have you thought about using that exercise like this and like that? Can you do it at this tempo? That kind of stuff. It's really cool. It's a cool hang, bright and early in the morning. So yeah, all about camaraderie over competition, all about acceptance, belonging. And I found that when you feel like you belong, in a community, when you feel like you belong behind your drums, when you break down that barrier of, when you feel accepted and you don't feel inferior, then you can perform at your best. You can learn at your best. You can, my students, once we establish that they belong here, it breaks down that wall of like, I can't. I call them stop sign stories. So when you don't have that judgment that you're putting on yourself, man, you can accomplish some great things. So that's what we're gonna do. It looks like everybody in this room today, like, either does this professionally or teaches or is at least a little bit serious about their drums.
I am not a professional.
Yeah, but you can hang with all these warm-ups, so
you're a pro in my heart, Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you, Daryl.
See, there's that stop sign.
A Chops and Coffee professional.
Exactly.
I gotta say, since January, my playing has gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like 98% credit to Chops and Coffee.
98%, man.
Well, I don't really practice too much outside of this. So it's just this or jam.
That's cool. All right, so I'm going to share this with you guys, and we'll do what we normally do. We normally do a couple different tempos for, we normally do each exercise for about a minute or so. So you'll get the hang of it. And I'll share some sheet music. If you guys can't read it, I'll try to explain. It's all good. And I'll also try to have some simplified versions if we can. Hang on, what's actually written. This is coming from the ABB drummer, downloaded from the interwebs. We've been working through this sheet a couple at a time for the last week or so. So let's see here. Like I said, basic warm-ups. Maybe we can revisit some of these. Let's see. Let's go. So I think we're right here. I don't want to start with that double one. That double one's hard. What do we got here? Pull out accent. I like this to start with this flam tap turnaround. This one's cool. So everybody in the room know how to do flam taps, right? Everybody's flam tap capable, and these are like not in triplet form. So like we've done a couple times. So let me go down the line here. Everybody's comfortable with flam taps, right? Yeah, good. Okay, flam tap, and then flam tap, but with an extra like 3 notes. So all right. So if you can't do the flams, then you can just do the accent on your doubles. But then you're gonna do like this single stroke, single right hand, and then singles left hand, 3 in a row. Actually 4 in a row if you count the flam. This is gonna boost your single hand speed. For me, of course, it's always the opposing hand for us drummers. So, or your weak hand. So for me, the left is gonna be weaker. It's gonna help with that. All right, so this is a pretty easy one to start with. Everybody cool with this one? Our goal tempo is 100. So we'll see if we can. Let's start at like 80 or like 70 or something. All right, let me get this going here. I think all of us can do this a little faster than 100, but we'll see. Start 75. All right, that's 75. Oh yeah, this problem again. All right, hold on, let me fix my phone. Any questions, just unmute yourself and holler at me or the rest of the group. If I can't answer it, somebody in the room can. All right, so settings, display and brightness, unlock never. See, got it. See, I haven't learned much. Like, I haven't improved on drumming, but I've improved on Apple stuff. Going through my Apple settings faster.
Yeah, that's much more useful.
Yeah. This data. Yeah.
Does it make you change that setting every time? Does it remember it?
What's that?
Does it make you change that setting every time? It doesn't remember it once you do it?
No, I switch it back because so on Wednesday when I did that, I was like, why is my phone so hot? It was just like on like for like an hour.
Oh, right.
I was like, oh, let me switch it back. So yeah. All right, 75 for a minute. All right, you guys ready? Let me mute everybody. Actually, can everybody just mute themselves? If you're not muted, let's see. There we go. Yeah, everybody's good. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready. About halfway. Couple more. Last one. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, how'd everybody do? This one's not a bad one to start with. Like it. All right, let's go to 90. Oh, let me get my timer. Here we go. 1, 2, ready. Halfway there. Couple more. Last one. Adam, how do you feel about these flams? Are you cringing?
No, I love flams. I just wish that there were actual unisons in the list of 40 rudiments. You know,
I see.
I think unisons should come first, but flams are great.
It's funny whenever I see a flam exercise or anything like that, I'm like, how does Adam feel about this?
I wish there was some way to like make it more distinct. Like I think it kind of teaches us to not care how precise we are. You know, it could be a tight flam, it could be a loose flam.
Yeah.
But no, this is a great exercise. Yeah, it's cool.
Adam, I think you're the next generation of rudiments. This is the 21st century.
I do have a chapter called Rudiments 2.0, but anyway.
That's cool.
I'll admit to feeling guilty lately when I play flams.
See what I mean?
I've got Adam in the back of my head.
It's the same thing.
You start counting the milliseconds.
Oh, man.
Adam's hashtag is shame.
Yeah. Shame on you.
I love it though. That's cool. That shows that there's like a lot of passion there, and like it shows that what you're saying has meaning. You know, it's got us all thinking, rethinking.
Man, yeah, the best thing we can do is think.
To me, a flam is actually the most satisfying. Like just a simple blocka. Like, I don't know. I get tons of satisfaction out of that.
Oh man, it's one of the best ways we have on this instrument to play an extended note. You know, I mean, any other instrument could sustain, but yeah, it's a way to add meat to our notes. Yeah.
I love them, but I love the idea of being able to be that like precise and being able to be that like detail oriented to play unisons and mean it, or play flams and mean it, you know, and have that kind of stick control is really like, that's really important to me anyways, you know.
Daryl, I got a question for you. What do you get more satisfaction out of? A fat snare flam, a crash with a kick, or a crash with a snare?
That's it again. I still going with that flam when it just kicks in, right?
I love a good, like, I don't know. I'm a traditional guy. I just love a big crash with a kick.
That's what I would go with.
Open hats with snare drum is my vote. Wow, we have such a.
Oh, there you go.
That sound is awesome. We
Is
have
that
such a
unison, or do you flam that?
You typically unison.
Yeah. That's cool. All right, let's go for 100 here. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, ready. I lost it. There you go. Halfway. Couple more. Last one. Ah, man, that left hand's weak in the morning. Maybe all the time. I don't know. All right, that's good. That is pretty fast for that exercise. 100. Man, this one's cool. Let me see if I can figure this one out. So it's paradiddle, the funky flam flow. We got another flam exercise. So we got a right-handed flam, then a left-handed flamadiddle. Then we have a weird like sticking. What is that? That's a cool idea. That'd make a great drum fill. So paradiddle, flamadiddle. Then you have this weird sticking thing that's like a right-handed flam, left, right, left-handed flam on the right, left, and then 30-second note diddle. So yeah, this one's a little weird for me, but I like it. How's everybody feeling about this one? It's doable? Hard? Too hard in the morning?
I mean, I'll find my way.
Okay, yeah, this one had me like, it threw me for a loop too. This flam on the is what did it for me. But so if you think, yeah, you're doing a regular paradiddle, right, left, right, right, taking it grouping by grouping, then a flamadiddle. So if you start with that, paradiddle, flamadiddle, paradiddle, flamadiddle, and then we have that second half, another flam left, right, flam left, right, flam.
It's like two flam accents.
Yeah, there you go. Flam accents. That's perfect.
2 flam accents and a 5-stroke roll.
There you go. All right. Thank you. So yeah, I was looking at only this grouping, but yeah, if you extend it to here, now you're on the flam accent. So paradiddle, flamadiddle, flam accent, and then a 5-stroke. Paradiddle, paradiddle, flamadiddle, flam accent, da 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 da. Yeah. All right. Shall we try this? 110 does not seem reasonable to me for this thing. That's going to be really hard for me. Let me see. So wait. So that's going to be really difficult at that tempo, but we'll try it out. All right, so I don't know if we should do 60. Let's try it like this. So all right. We'll pretend there's a repeat at the end of that like we were doing. Here we go. Let's see if I can just do this so everybody can hear it. 1, 2, ready, hey. Halfway. Last couple. Last one here. All right, that's cool. Oops. That one I started feeling, so I know why it's called paradiddle funky flam. Funky flam flow. I started feeling the flow after a couple. Okay, let's go up to 95 here. All right, here we go. Blabba doopa blabba doopa blabba blabba blabba. 2, ready, go. Halfway. Couple more. Oh, man. Last one. Sorry about that.
Man, I really wish they didn't give the sticking for the flam, because that's what messes me up. Is I keep reading it and it's just there's simple things, but every time I see that little extra L or that little extra R next to all the other notes, it just kind of like throws a wrench in my brain. Because some of these exercises notate the flam and some of them don't. So it's
like, yeah, that's so I don't really have an answer for that, but like that might be the sax player in you, because
absolutely. This is just me whining and complaining.
I don't. Well, no, it's not wrong. I would always get thrown off by like when my teacher would say it's a left-handed flam, so I would think my left hand goes first, but your right hand goes first.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, that I can see how that.
Yeah.
I can see how that can throw you off, but if you just think about once your brain like transfers over to just thinking about a flam as a flam, right. And you're just then I'm just looking at this note and I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's a left-handed flam, so yeah.
It's the third system that messes me up, because it should just be a single stroke roll, but I see L R R R L L. The simplest part is what's messing me up. Yeah, but that's just because I'm
paradiddle.
What's that?
Is that it? Is that a paradiddle there?
I'm saying it makes it look like you're supposed to play a paradiddle when you see that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So like this one right here too. This is confusing because it looks like a paradiddle diddle. I guess it kind of is, but then you're changing the subdivision here. So, oh gosh.
Also,
it looks more complicated than it sounds, is what it is.
Right.
And don't you think the slash through the grace note makes it look like you should be playing a drag, like diddling those?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Isn't that weird?
It can look like that. Yeah.
And what's the slash doing there?
I don't know. I've seen it both ways. Like, yeah, but why is that? Is it?
It's to make the note feel bad about itself. It's a horn. It's a horn
what
thing.
It is. Cancel culture for the notes.
Let that note know that it's not quite as good.
Maybe like a circle slash, like don't play it.
Yeah, maybe.
No, it's
Diminished.
pre-natify.
Oh man.
Makes it a unison.
Ooh, we can natify this.
That's what I meant. It's pre-natified.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you can play we don't have to do it today, but you can put a slash through here, put a slash through there, and diddle these accented notes instead of accents.
Oh, cheese them. Isn't that cheesing?
Cheesing? Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Diddle with the grace note.
Yeah.
And then with a flam, it's cool too. So, oh man, that's hard. I'm gonna take that and use that somewhere. That's cool. Maybe use that as one of our exercises. All right, we got one more on at 110.
Okay. So my process for this one, just if anybody like wants to know what I'm doing here, I'm going through the skeleton like you do without the flams. And each pass, the second pass, I put the first flam, then the second pass, I put the second and the third, until I get the whole idea into it.
Great idea.
That seems to be working for me.
That's cool. Yeah, what is I love hearing from all the different, especially all the different teachers. Like like what is your guys' process for like if you have to learn something like this? Many of you guys are just like sight readers, but if you have to teach this to a student, Dave, I love your concept of just like figuring out what rudiment it is. And then Jeffrey, that's awesome too, like scaling it down. You guys just saw how I do it. I always just take the first grouping and then the second grouping, put those together, then try to learn the third grouping by itself, then put those together. And what's some of the other teachers' process?
I think it's like looking at the sticking and trying to find a pattern, like the flam accent thing. Like I analyze and go, oh, that's two flam accents next to each other.
Yeah, that's good. I love I have to, so I'm like the type of person that even when I'm looking at it, I still have to hear it. It's better for me to hear it. Like especially if it's a piece of music, I'm like, yeah, but what does it sound like? And then the notation makes a lot more sense. So this one I figured out on my own. Then once I got the rhythm, then I was like, oh, okay, now it makes more sense. So
that's a good point too. Looking at the accents as one of the first things is helpful.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's go 110. See if I can get this. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Wow. Oh my gosh, sorry guys. At this point I don't need to see it, but I need to do that same thing that I was doing. That's an epic fail. Okay, I need to turn my timer off of my iPad. Here I go. Last one. Man, that was rocky. So yeah, man, as soon as I start talking, man, it's just like it goes out the window. All right, cool. I got one more for us. We were looking at this on Wednesday. We've done it before. This one's on from Zildjian. This one's a little bit difficult, especially if you're not like a drum reader, marching band kind of type of guy. But I mean, it's not too crazy. We'll just check it out. I'll try to explain best I can. We were looking at this on Wednesday though. This is a John Mapes like drum line warm up type of thing, marching band core, drum corps warm up. So it's just a double beat and triple beat. So So it's switch, switch, and then you have and then you have your unisons here. Then you have this flam thing. So this is like talking about unisons and flams. This is a great one. Then you have the second half of this measure 3 here, or almost the second half, 3/4 of the way, I guess. You start your unisons, then you have this flam tap thing, but it's over 16 notes. So you have is it flam taps? Yeah. Flam taps or Swiss triplets? Swiss triplets over 16 notes though. Swiss triplets. Everybody knows what Swiss triplets is, right? Good. All right. And
that's a term that I'm not familiar with.
Okay, so it's just like a flam tap with an extra note from the opposing hand. So
okay,
flam tap left. Like if you're doing a flam tap, right-handed flam tap, right, left. Right, left, right, left, right.
Okay.
It's supposed to be triplets though. So this is like over 16 notes. But yeah, you can see the sticking here. And then you have it ends with a flam tap. So gosh, dude, this is kind of hard. Swiss triplet, flam tap, then it switches. All right. So that Swiss triplet, flam tap is like a thing too. Because that makes you switch. Slower, you know. Swiss triplet, flam tap. Swiss triplet, flam tap. Anyways, this one is one like this is a level 2 for Zildjian. That's level 2s are always like way advanced in my opinion, but anyways, we can work through this pretty slow. There's no tempo marking here, so we can go slow on this. So anyways, double beat for until we get to here, and then it's unisons, and then we go to our left hand. Or well, we're not going to do left hand. Sorry, we're doing. Oh no, yeah, we are doing left hand. Sorry, man, I'm confusing myself. So left hand, right hand, left hand. Okay. And then we go down to here. Once we repeat, we go down to here. Now this is triple beat, right hand. Triple beat. That's the rhythm. I call it cheesy bread, pepperoni. cheesy bread, pepperoni. Again, we go to unisons as our triple beat. And then we have this rhythm here. Then we're doing this Swiss triplet thing again. We have Swiss triplet, then we have the same kind of thing that we were doing on our first exercise. Flam right, or flam right. So, and then that switches us. Yeah. This is pretty hard. I'll admit, if you guys can't hang on this one, that's totally understandable and totally fine. That like, you guys know how I like to ramp it up and start easy and then get a little bit more difficult as we go. So if this is too difficult, let me know and we'll just either slow it down or try to. You'll start hearing the patterns though, but this one I had to like work on before so don't get it twisted. I didn't come in and be like, oh, okay, this is easy. Double beat, then you got some unisons and you do like a Swiss triplet at the end. We're all good. Like this is like I had to work this one out, All right. So any questions? All right. Let's see. Anybody? Yeah. All right. At any point, just unmute and chime in. Let me know. Let's do it like slow. Let's do it like let's do it at like 75. So that would be switch it and we're just gonna play this through. We're not gonna like do the timer thing and all that stuff. All right, let's give it a shot. 1, 2, ready, go. That's right, left, right, right, left, triple beat. Whew. No chance I could sight read that, but it's good. It's a fun one. How'd everybody do? We work our way through it, clear as mud. All right, it's good. Love this one. Love it. I love the unisons, but then right after that playing a flam. Man, it's great. All right, here we go. Let's try it again from the top. 1, 2, ready, go. Ah. Oh my gosh. When you watch these on Zildjian, man, they're like, okay, cool. Let's start at a very moderate tempo, and they start at like 160. I'm like, yeah. All right, cool. Let's do one more, 110, and then we'll call it a day. 1, 2, ready, go. Oh, that's about at my limit right there. Maybe a little bit faster, but that like flam stuff at the end, or those 16th notes as unisons. Man. Yeah, that last measure, man, that's rough for me. Man. Dude, this is the stuff you live for, right, Adam?
Yeah, that's a really cool exercise. Yeah.
That last one reminds me of some of the like right-handed, melodies that you're playing, or left-handed melodies that you're like, let's play those in unison, Yeah.
Worth chaperoning.
Yes, there it is. Yeah. What a great way to match your hands, man. Doing that, working on your unisons, and man.
The biggest thing I noticed is it really made me think about what's happening in between. Like when both hands are playing the sticking, you're so focused on the hand that's hitting the drum, you don't think about what the other hand's doing when it's not. And so, like, if you're having a unison, you have to really think, oh, what am I doing in between these notes? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. What would be cool is to take just these last two measures and these last two measures and build a like a 4-measure exercise with those. Like put these two measures and these two measures together and only do these. Yeah, that'd be cool. So. Oh my gosh, that'd be so hard. All right, well, anyways, yeah. That's from John Mapes on the Zildjian. All this stuff is free to access online. Anyone can access them. It's all just material for us drummers that great companies like Zildjian and this ABB drummer is really useful stuff for us. I use it all the time. It's great stuff, and it saves you a lot of time from like writing out these exercises on your own, you know. So you guys the new guys, if you guys don't know what we're talking about, we keep referring back to Adam. So Adam hosted 2 of our Chops and Coffees last week, and Adam does a lot of different studies with like how your body works in comparison to your mental, right? Your psychology. And then he was emphasizing unisons and, like, for example, taking a paradiddle. So like the right-handed paradiddle pattern, and then playing those in unison. And that's holding your, I don't know why I'm explaining this, Adam, but like it shows you what I was getting out of it though. It holds your both hands accountable to like really work together. And if you're using unisons and playing them properly, then your both of your hands are forced to work together, and it's leaving space in between. And it's a really, really cool concept. I love it. I've been talking about it like crazy all week. So yeah.
Yeah, I reviewed the day I hosted, and Corey, you had asked a question that I answered poorly, and I'd like another crack at it. You were asking about like what to do in like an imposter syndrome case where there's a drummer in the room, and I kind of had an esoteric answer. But I mean, the first thing I would think, like, if there's any level of stress in a room when you're performing, like, just think of a way for your nervous system to feel safe. And the first thing would just be deep breaths. Okay. Like, it sounds so simple, but just make sure that you exhale all the carbon dioxide in your lungs and then take in a full breath and let your shoulders come back so you really expand your lungs. And that, first of all, that just lets your nervous system know, like, I'm safe. Like, no matter who's out in the audience, like, your body, okay, I have enough oxygen, because the tendency is to compress and breathe shallow, and you get less oxygen, and that just makes everything freak out more. And then there's this technique of looking around the room. It sounds so strange, but our nervous systems are that basic that they're trying to feel safe. There's some sort of social threat, but we like reassuring our nervous system that where we are, we're not going to die. Like, even just like pulsing back and picking 2 points in the room and going back rhythmically between the two. That's totally a calming mechanism for your body. And
I had I've heard that before. I've had some like therapy, like I was like years ago. And one of the things that she had a light in her room it was like kind of like Knight Riders.
EMDR. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And it was going back and forth, and my eyes had to follow it. And then you can immediately feel yourself calming down. And then she was like, if you start feeling anxiety or you start feeling anger or anything like that, like even your windshield wipers will work. Just turn your windshield wipers on and follow them with your eyes. And then you'll start feeling that like calming sensation.
Yeah, it's so stupid that it's true, but it is. Like, our brain's up here like, Mayday, oh my God, I'm in social danger, and your just body has to let it know, no, dude, chill out. Like, you're here, nothing's flying at you, there are no bears gonna attack.
So my question was pertaining towards, like, you know, like for me coming into a group like this with a bunch of great drummers and teachers and well-qualified gentlemen like yourselves, it's intimidating, man. It can be intimidating leading a group like this. And like, or, you know, if I go to a shed or I'm, you know, you're playing a gig, we all have that feeling, and another drummer walks in and you're just like, oh crap. You know, I've completely butchered solos or, you know, and stuff like that for that. And so my question was pertaining to that. Like, what do you do for like that imposter syndrome where you're like, I don't belong here, you know? And so I put all my emphasis into that mantra of feeling accepted and belonging and knowing I belong behind my drums and all of that stuff. But it's still, man, it's intimidating. Like, it's very intimidating. Like, you know, this morning, Dave going, hey, this is my old teacher. I'm like, oh, great. You know, so, but it adds, it's part of the fun for me, you know, I love it. So,
Yeah, and so what you're talking about is cognitive. Like these are all thoughts that are thinking, hierarchically, where do I fit into this system? Who's better? Who's worse? And you just need to dip below that. You need to flip it upside down and think from the bottom up. Like your heart and lungs need to make sure they got you. And so put your shoulders back. Make sure you can fill up this part of your lungs, because that's what a lot of people miss is the kind of the top of the lungs don't get, because we're like this, Buddy Rich style, and you're like crushing your lungs. So just shoulders back, deep inhalation. That'll immediately give you that sort of sense of like, I'm here, I'm ready to play.
Yeah,
it's so basic, but it works.
But even sitting like that, Buddy Rich didn't care who was in the room.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
well,
but I mean,
that's a different thing though. That's like the alpha male thing that guys like Buddy Rich had. That's just like he doesn't care who it is. He knows he could squash anybody.
That's one interpretation. Another is that he squashes that with a freeze impulse, which we're taught to do. It's like the mental toughness idea. Like, I'm going to overcome this. I'm going to crush this adrenaline rush with this 500 million year old freeze response. And then you wind up being an asshole. So I think the litmus test for how well that worked for him is his personality and his
Buddy Rich thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
Yeah, and his longevity. I mean, was he? I guess he did play till. How old was he when he was still playing? Anyone know?
Guy when he was like 68 or something.
Evan, you know this, I'm sure.
69.
69.
Yeah. And he was still like playing right up till the end.
Yeah, and playing great. Yeah, great.
But he started as a child prodigy also, so
yeah,
he has more years than I did.
Yeah, and whatever influence it took for him to study like that at that age, I'm sure his parental I don't know.
Who is our like this generation's Buddy Rich? Who do you think? Like, do we have one that's just like who would be this generation's Buddy Rich? That's
Are you talking technique wise or?
Well, no, world renowned known drummer that is just like Travis Barker. You think? That's a good comparison. Yeah,
that is a good one. Yeah, like celebrity drummers.
Celebrity drummers worldwide.
Many people think he's the best drummer that ever did it. That's very good comparison.
He gets the same reaction, but I guess does from the same gambit.
Yeah,
right. I would say the difference is in hyper speciality nowadays. Like the best cats at the best genres are the best at what they do, but not necessarily the best at everything. Whereas I feel like back when Buddy was huge, you had like 3 or 4 genres of popular music that you could be really good at. Right. And it was a different kind of thing. And now everyone is hyper specialized. It's like, oh no, this is what I do, and I'm the best at what I mean. Like someone like Questlove, you know what I mean? Like you might say, oh shit, well nobody does it better than him. But then again, you put him in Blink 182 or like a punk band. I mean, I'm sure he'd do great. But what I mean is like the difference in. Yeah, exactly. The difference.
It's like you said, it's the worldwide effect. You can go somewhere and a non-drummer will be like, when I say I'm a drummer, people go, oh yeah, you like Travis Barker?
Exactly.
So yeah, it's like back in the day, you used to bring up Buddy Rich because Buddy Rich was on TV all the time. Everybody knew he was a household name. So that's what after them, I believe maybe Dave Grohl will be
okay. Yeah,
that
I was gonna say Dave Grohl.
I would say Neil Peart when he was alive, but
Neil Peart also, yeah. So
yeah, because like. Yeah, I guess that's true. Though, I feel like Buddy was a better drummer than all of them, but like, I was thinking more of a technical guy. Like I was thinking like maybe Tony Royster, but he's not a household name, even though he was a child prodigy. Or
amongst drummers he is, but amongst
drummers he is.
Non-musicians, he plays for Katy Perry. That's the only way they will know him is if like they know Katy Perry or the pop stars that he plays with.
Yeah, Jay-Z or something. Yeah.
That's good. I know Vinny is well regarded in LA, but I don't know, is that true in other cities? Is he kind of one of the top guys still?
I think he's the everyone's number one as far as drummer. Yeah. But I can't speak for all you guys, but I know for me it's like that.
But not as a person. Well, I'm guessing Buddy Rich was a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Travis Barker is a personality.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where I'm coming up. I know more Buddy Rich stories and quotes than I've actually heard him actually play. Me personally, I've seen clips and stuff like that, and the guy is phenomenal. But like, what sticks out from him is more what he says. He was like the Yogi Berra of drumming. Very quotable.
You guys know that, like, I love the story. You know, the bus. Everybody's heard the bus. You know, where he's going crazy off on the bus, but I didn't like. I think I said this on the podcast, but like I heard that some of those quotes. Actually, I know some of those quotes were put in Seinfeld. Like,
there's a thing on YouTube of Jerry Seinfeld specifically talking about that and which quotes they are.
Yeah. There's a couple that are just great, man, that like come out of nowhere, you know, and it's just like,
I'll take you outside and I'll show you what it's like.
Exactly. That's one. That's
you go back to it. It's Buddy Rich was like one of the most he's been featured on the Johnny Carson show, was it?
Yeah.
As a musician by himself, not just like playing more time. Dude. Jerry Seinfeld loves Johnny Carson, all these things. So like, he influenced so many people that's beyond music because he was like a person.
He was on the Muppets, man.
Muppets, yeah. Same thing with Ringo. Ringo is pretty much everybody's favorite drummer. Real drummers will be like, "Oh, Ringo sucks," which is a dumb thing to say, but they say it because he got famous playing nice grooves and he got famous from a really popular band.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know, Paul McCartney played drums on a bunch of all the Beatles stuff.
Really?
So the famous joke is like, is Ringo the best drummer in the world? He's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
And then you got Bernard Purdy, who also said he played on.
He said he did.
He said he did. That's like such a taboo subject that like so many people are like, yeah, right, dude.
It gets him. It gets people to still talk about Bernard Purdy.
Yeah. I need to make something up like that, man. All that root stuff isn't Questlove. It's actually me.
You're on the latest Dream Theater.
It's me. It's me.
that was actually me on those Buddy Rich tapes. That was me shouting.
I have to say, I was fortunate to get to see Buddy many times over the years. And from when I was a kid on up till he died in 1987, and he was just set apart from everybody else, as you can see in videos. But when you see this guy live, maybe you've heard the thing of, you know, when a guy walks into a room, you know, you can feel the presence. It really was like that. When he came on stage and got up on the bandstand and then did what he did, nobody, as great as everybody is today, have I ever seen anything like that or felt that.
That's awesome.
And I just wish I could, you know, have my students or anybody who hasn't seen Buddy experience that once. And you know, the genius that he was, only the people in that room is experiencing this genius in the moment, and it was unbelievable. You know, it's great.
That's so crazy.
It live, it's great.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, man. Just the thought of that, like the thought of that pressure being on me as a drummer gives me so much anxiety, man. Like, but it's so powerful that somebody can exude that kind of, you know, power and like, oh man, that's incredible.
I would guess if Bonham didn't die so young, he would have carried that torch, you know, because he would be like in his 70s now or something. Like, he had a big personality. Probably, you know.
Can you imagine if Keith Moon was still alive too? Like, dang, man. Some of those guys. But yeah, so okay, my other question was, who's today's Tony Williams? And I know who I would say. I would say Chris Dave is today's Tony Williams.
I was gonna say I might butcher his name. Is it who is it? Mitchell? Is it Mike Mitchell or
Mike Mitchell?
Yeah, I feel like he's like, oh my god.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Chris Day for me is more like darn it. He the guy who made Moanin', I forget his name right now. How did I forget his name?
Oh,
Bobby Timmons?
No.
Art Blakey.
Art Blakey, yeah.
Art Blakey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a jazz messenger kind of, like his band is Well, I'm thinking.
You know, I would say Brian Blade is the Art Blakey of today.
I was thinking more like what he's doing with his music and band, like.
I see. Yeah. See, but that's why I say that
Thinking differently.
Chris Dave is a Tony Williams, because he's like reinventing jazz with Robert Glasper and all those guys. And like, you know, we could talk.
Cool. Yeah.
For hours.
And we've talked about him before, but Justin Tyson.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
That's my
Justin
guy.
Brown, another one, man. I love the way that dude plays. That dude can swing his balls off, man.
What's that kid's name that plays like? I don't even know how old he is. He might be like 12 or 14. He's like always wearing a suit. He plays a real simple jazz. Kid.
Kevin, we were just talking about this guy, Grayson something on Instagram.
Yeah, he plays a lot.
Grayson, yeah.
Grayson Kreutzmann, I think is.
Yes, incredible.
He's like emulating Max Weinman or something.
And he does a lot of the Buddy stuff.
Yeah.
Like note for note, right? Like just like in his room, just
He'll transcribe all this stuff and just play it with the recording and play it down just as it was. It was great. Yeah.
But what I've noticed between all these people that we're talking about, the youngers, the older ones, and they're like from desperate like genres and everything like that, what I want to get closer to what they're doing is, I feel like they have a vision or a goal and a vision. It doesn't have to be that, but they see a path and they follow that path for what they like that kid. He's doing all this transcription of Tony Williams, Buddy Rich, stuff like that, and that's getting him close. Like his skills just like blew up because he's doing that stuff. Or Chris Dave has his mixtape kind of thing. He's blowing, like he does his own thing. I'm over here like trying to be a session player and play everything. Yeah, I'll play a polka, I'll play a bossa nova, but like with no actual like goal in mind. So that's why that's where I'm like plateauing. But these guys, they're going up because like they have a path and they're doing something.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, it's all about, you know, short-term goals versus long-term goals. I mean, like it's really hard to prepare for everything. It's a lot easier to say, I'm going to work on this and that's it, and really put all of your, you know, energy and time into it versus, okay, what are all the possible things I might ever be asked to do? And that can definitely be kind of overwhelming. And sometimes I feel like it's good to just bury yourself in one guy.
There's also
one album or one set of chops. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's also something to be said about like, you know, it all has to do with marketing and all that stuff with yourself, but treating yourself as like kind of like if you were a product, you know, what are people buying? And so like Travis Barker's a really good example of that, where, you know, like him or not, he still has a thing where millions of kids are copying him. And he has a very unique thing that is undeniably him. I feel like Chris Dave has that too. You know, a lot of these guys, you know, Thomas Pridgeon has that, I think. Even for in a sea of gospel chop guys, he's like one that's very unique. And so one of these guys, one of my buddies always talks about, if you're a drummer or if you're trying to market yourself, think about yourself as a cartoon character. How would people draw you? Are you drawable? You know what I mean? And so you look at what's his name? What's the dude that dresses like 80s with the inverted drums? What's his name, dude?
Tommy Lee.
Not Tommy Lee. Good example though. The funk, like hip hop drummer that Daru Jones is a perfect example. Like him or not, man, you can like his playing or not. Has a thing. And like, if somebody else puts their drums like inverted like that, you're gonna be like, dude, come on. You know, that's like, I don't know if I like think he's like the dopest drummer ever, but he definitely has a thing. You know what I mean? And he's drawable. He's like,
they got him with Jack White. You know.
Jack White, exactly. He got him there. So, great topics today. You know, this is cool. So, anyways, guys, sorry again for Rich not being able to make it today. I know I like not advertised, but kind of blew up the feed, letting everybody know that he's going to be here. So I apologize if you guys were here expecting the drum mantra this morning, but we will try to make that happen on either Monday or someday next week. I'll be in touch with Rich. So But I do really appreciate you guys showing up today and coming and joining us, and all the usual guys as well. And then everybody streaming with us live. We do this 3 days a week. It's free, and it's just a good hang, as you guys saw this morning, and something to get your blood pumping in your arms, get you ready for your practice or your day or your workout or whatever it is. So, as I always say, I appreciate you guys making me feel like I belong behind my drums today and feel accepted in this community. I hope you guys felt the same way. I hope you guys all have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for the great conversation and the warm up this morning. And nice to meet you guys, new guys. And I'll see you guys hopefully on Monday. All right, guys. Have a good weekend.
All right, fellas. Have a good one.